Students, I want to talk to you a little bit about the building budget project that is part of the 853 course. And I want to make sure there isn't some confusion about it. Hopefully I can help you out with this. There's actually two budgets formats. You'll get information from, if you're a 712 administrator, there's one project for you, and if you're a K5 person, there's another for that group. I use the same form, so especially for the K5 people, when you get to where it talks about home ec or I guess family consumer science, those areas you just mark those lines out, and you don't need to do that. Basically, you're going to develop a budget for a 9-12 high school building if you're a secondary person of 320 students, and if you're elementary, why you will be a similar number of students, and you'll have $96,000 for the elementary. I probably should change these figures; they're getting pretty low. But the secondary budget will be allotted more. Will be $192,000. So what I want you to do, first of all, is to write a letter to your teachers, which identify the steps that you want them to take and how they're going to be involved in the budget process, and if you're going to seek information from them or a request form, where I provide that. Then I want you to develop the budget by placing allotments in each line item, each that applies anyway. And some line items will not fit, as I mentioned before. And then as you allot money to certain line items, I hope that you'll sit down with somebody who does this in your building or your bookkeeper and say, how much of that budget usually goes to textbooks? What percent goes to supplies? And how do you come up with that figure? And then on the form, you can use either a Word document or Excel. And probably the Excel document is better because there's more room for you to type the rationale. And rationale can be as simple as saying, Mr. Jones, who your principal is, that maybe fills this out. It says we always replace the math books every 5 years, and so that has to be figured in there. So I'm interested in the rationale for why you decide to put, for example, more money in the textbooks versus technology, or vice versa. The third thing I want you to do then is to write a written report to your superintendent as if it was going in with your budget, and you're explaining the strengths and some of the limitations of your budgets and how you made some of those decisions, and hopefully would give him or her the opportunity to understand the process you used and why you budgeted certain items. And then you will defend the budget if you need to. You know, I may contact you and say, I don't quite understand why you did this. And as one of the things that I said in the narration, there's no right or wrong budget. You know, you'll come up with different figures, and so what we're really interested in is the types of what rationale you used, who you visited with about it. I'm really interested in that you have talked to somebody about the process, and then hopefully you'll gain a little bit understanding how the coding worked and that kind of a budget, but generally looking at what you might be requesting for a building budget. Things that you don't have to be concerned with are major repairs on the building. You don't need to worry about that. You don't need to worry about hot lunch or special education. Let's see, what else is it that aren't needed on that. Those are the main things. You have not to worry about any personnel salaries. You're just doing the instructional budget, so it's supplies, equipment, those types of things. And so hopefully you'll understand what this project is about. I may change it. Look at this. I may change the figures on that. That's pretty low budgets, but maybe in these days it's necessary. So if you have any problems with it, with understanding the budget, why be sure and let me know.